So for those that haven't seen the update, Adam has joined the British Design Fund and is leading on all the mentoring that our fabulous portfolios are getting, making sure they get all the support and the commercial know-how that Adam brings to the team, having launched, I won't say how many products, lots and lots of products, and has earned his stripes as well as earned a few scars along the way. It's what we like. That's the best kind of support they can get. So Adam, I just wanted to give an opportunity really for the community to get to know you a little bit, and I thought we could get you talking about one of the topics you're very passionate about, which is design thinking. I know you've kind of championed this throughout your working life. So do you want to take a few minutes, talk to us a little bit about kind of design thinking and how that can really sort of transform an early stage business?
Yeah, sure. And thanks, Damon. And it's very good to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting properly stuck in. So, a common misconception, I think, with design thinking is, there are two. One, that it's a rigid process, and two, that it's about designing things, whether that thing is a service, or a product. So, in reverse, design thinking itself can be used to solve pretty much any problem. It's a structure or a framework that, if you follow it, gives you a complete understanding of the problem, whatever that problem is. Doesn't necessarily need to be a product or a service. Gives you a complete understanding of the problem, helps you rationalize and define it with measurable elements within that definition, and then helps you ideate and test solutions to meet that problem, and therefore choose one to go on. And so it can be used literally across the board. And I've used it for everything from forming a team to understanding a route to market, as well as obviously the product and service side. The other element of it is that people think, you've got to start at the start. You've got to do every step in sequence to the end. It's not like that. You've got to look at it more as a framework, as a sort of safety net. So you can start in the middle, you can start at the end. And what it will allow you to do is, if you know that something's not working in the stage that you're at, you can then look at the framework and go, okay, what are the previous steps? Could we do better? Could we do again? Could we do in a different way? And that's really important to look at it like that. You can go through it in a linear way, but it's far more powerful, or has far more power rather, than that, because you can pick it, you can drop in at any point. And also within it, there are lots of different tools, and for each stage there are literally a plethora of tools, and people get a bit confused. They sort of think, well, hold on, should I be using all of these for each stage? And if you did that, it would be absolutely hellish, right? So it gives you a toolbox essentially that you can find the right tools, the right processes or ideas to try and to run with, that work with whatever it is you're trying to solve. So you'll use different tools for a product, you'll use different tools for a service, you'll use different tools for understanding a route to market, or whatever it is. And that's the key thing to get across, is that it's really there for you. It's incredibly flexible and can be deployed to pretty much solve everything.
So just to drill down some of that then, so is there a stage of the business? You sort of said it could happen at the start, middle, or end. Is there if we think of some of the companies that come to the British Design Fund, they're typically pre-revenue. Do you think a lot of this design thinking, I mean, is it useful to help them? Where's the most useful place they can deploy? Or do you see this as a tool that just goes across sales, marketing, design, like the design process, obviously, which all these companies have, the manufacturing?
The most important thing, beyond any shadow of doubt, is qualification of need. So understanding is there actually a need there? Because so many people go, oh, I've got this great idea. And when I was co-director of the design program at Queen Mary's, I'd call it the designer's folly. Because if you go, oh, I've got this great idea, two things are potentially happening. One is that you're maybe the only person that sees the problem, and so is there actually a problem there? Is there actually a need? The second one is you've just come up with an idea, and you suddenly, now it's your idea. So to get around that, and really importantly, before you even think of starting a business, really you should go, does this need actually exist? So that's absolutely the most important time for
let them fail fast and fail cheap at the start, and I guess the help process helps to remove some of the emotion from it and say, look, there is a process, albeit it's not linear, it's iterative, but there's a way you can sort of step out of this yourself and look inwards and go, right, okay, what does this look like?
And then just to answer the second part of your question about deploying at any point. Yeah, I mean, when things aren't going right, that's when you start to think why. And another design thinking tool, which comes back to the first point of understanding the need, is the 5 whys. Drilling down to the crux of what it is that's actually not working, and then you can apply design thinking to solve the problem, qualify it, and solve the problem.
And then do you see sort of this type of thinking? Then you see it kind of helps them clarify and understand the need, make sure it really exists. Obviously, we kind of hope when we get involved with the companies that we've got past that point. But then as they start to formulate, say, marketing plans, and they start to think about getting this product actually out there and how they're going to raise awareness and activate certain sales channels, do you think there's a toolkit there that they still can reach back into?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because again, the whole persona thing, or the understanding of markets, or the understanding of routes to market is, again, part of design thinking. So personas being a classic one in terms of, if you don't have your personas developed, so the personas could be the personas for all the stakeholders, or it could be just personas for your customers or personas for your consumers. But certainly the customer and consumer element, if you haven't got that defined and you're very comfortable and confident that you've put the effort into understanding those two, then your marketing efforts, the channels, your marketing channels could be completely wrong, right? And also with design thinking, with having those personas, you get to test, and the key component of the design thinking is that test and evaluation. You can focus that just on the marketing. Go, right, we're going to test and evaluate against these personas. And if you realize, hold on, this isn't working, or the messaging we're getting is just meant that actually we're designing for the wrong people, you just go back to the start and go, right, okay, now we've got this new understanding. How do we change what we've done so far to make the product right, to improve the product fit or the service fit?
No, it's vital. It's like, look, if you don't know who you're selling to, because people have sometimes these vague ideas, and it's a lot of the time they're in the right direction, but actually when you get down to the detail and you say, but like I'm totally with you on this, like a lot of the things we do, we sometimes don't realize we're enabling design thinking practices. But yeah, that whole identify your customer, what is their need, where do they spend time, where do they educate themselves, how are we going to target them, and keep bringing it back to that, so you don't have vague, loose marketing remits that are given to PR agencies and digital agencies that cost you an absolute fortune and don't deliver. Oh, great. No, it's really, Adam, it's really useful to have your input on it. And we're very grateful to have part of the team. All of the portfolio is going to benefit massively by having you here. And yeah, once again, welcome to the team.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Adam.
Cheers.